I turned myself and my bedroom into a video game, and what started as an innocent experiment turned into a horrific psychological nightmare. There I was, enjoying my weekend as I usually do. How am I ever going to escape this eternal torment? Wait a minute. That's when I came across an ad for a photo scanning app. Turn any object into a 3D model, you say. I downloaded it and tried it out on this jar of mayonnaise. I was like, damn, that came out pretty good. That's when it hit me. What if I turned myself into a 3D model? I took 150 pictures of myself in a T-pose, generated the model, downloaded it to my computer, and... Whoa. First things to notice, from this angle, it did come out really good. This could easily be mistaken for a real picture. It's only the front that's the problem. Because it exported as one huge model, I had to cut out all this extra geometry for the room and then seal off the holes it made in the bottom of my feet. Then I rigged them up with bones and an armature, and I do what I usually do to test it out. The only thing left to fix is the face. Since the face right now is just a flat surface, I had to add some orifices. I cut out a hole for the mouth and the eyes, and here's the result. Well, he's not the most attractive fellow in the world. I mean, here. But he'll do for now. I exported myself and imported me into Unity. I think we're missing something, like a floor, and walls, and furniture. But what environment should we use? I meticulously created a one-to-one copy of my entire bedroom, just as I did my body. I added a first-person character controller from another game I was working on, and for the first time, I entered my room. Man, this is so weird. I'm here I am in my room, playing a game in my room. My first thought was to make some kind of conversation-based game like Emily is Away. The difference is that instead of a text-based system, I'd use a dialogue-based system. I got to work with creating the dialogue tree.
Hello and welcome to my room. Who are you? I'm Matt. Okay.
Well, that went nowhere fast. You can bet your bottom dollar that I threw the idea directly in the garbage can. The next idea I had was to turn my room into an escape room. You know those things where you solve riddles to open doors, which will only lead to more riddles, and eventually you escape? Sounds like an interesting idea. I sat down with a stack of post-it notes and began planning out the puzzle diagram.
Stop!
If you want to actually solve all the puzzles, you should pause the video now and go play it. The game will have no value to you if you already know all the solutions, so stop here. But anyway, I made this huge flowchart. You start with 4 clues, and each of those leads to 4 more clues, and then you combine them to solve this big puzzle, and that branches out, and so on, until eventually it leads to this grand solution at the end, with one final code to open the safe. As for what's in the safe, I don't know. We'll figure that out. Most of the puzzles I added were pretty standard. Hints written on the back of picture frames, riddles to enter codes into keypads, that sort of thing. But there were some things that were more interesting. For example, this keypad requires you to enter my rapid rating on chess.com. But you might be wondering, what happens if I play a game and my rating changes? Won't the code be different? Yep, you're right. And that's why instead of hard programming the code, I programmed the game to go to a chess.com API and grab my rating directly from the source. That way, the code is always correct. And I use the same trick on this laptop pin number, which requires you to enter the number of videos I've uploaded to my YouTube channel. As for the phone call, I added an equalizer to my voice, which made it sound like a phone call. You want to know the pin number to the laptop? Oh, that's easy. You want to know the pin number to the laptop? Oh, that's easy. And now the main attraction, this door. Check out what happens when we enter 2 different codes into the same keypad.
Impossible.
This is actually a pretty simple trick. Unity has this thing called enabling and disabling, which, like the name suggests, either enables or disables the object. Pretty revolutionary, I know. So all I did was group the items in each room into a single object and enable them according to the code the player entered. By this point, everything was shaping up nicely. The only thing left was the ending. All I knew was that the last code opens the safe. I guess I could start by making a room to put the safe in. Wouldn't it be funny if there was a skeleton in there? It was at this point that the tone of the game completely shifted. Instead of just being an ordinary puzzle escape room, it became an Alfred Hitchcock-style horror movie, where the tension builds slowly and gradually until it reaches a climax when the 3D model version of me traps you inside this room to be locked away forever. The whole time you thought that this was the escape room, but in reality, this is the escape room. Good luck! I added a few more skeletons and altered the clues so it fit the theme of a hidden torture chamber. I also made it so that when you walk into this room, I disappear, and a storm starts outside. When you enter the final computer password, you discover a written monologue, and mid-read, lightning strikes. The power goes out. And now the grand finale. To emphasize the shift in my character, I added an effect to my voice which makes me sound more evil. All I did was take the audio track, "Well, well, well, you solved all the puzzles," duplicate it twice, and I pitched one up and the other down. "Well, well, well, you solved all the puzzles." By this point in development, I was spending so much time in the virtual version of my room that my brain started to get confused if I was in reality or not. Wasn't there supposed to be a keypad here? Aren't these supposed to be locked? Wait, where's the torture chamber?
FBI, open up!
With the game complete, it's time for a playtest. Everything went smoothly until my friend Jake figured out how to use the mirror to clip through walls. He basically found a way to skip all the chamber puzzles by just clipping straight to the final room and triggering the cutscene.
I'm a gamer. No!
Well, that was the theory anyway. Now, the only thing left is to polish some things up. I don't know about you, but I think I'm looking a little stiff. I created some animations for talking, but as for getting the lips to move, that was a little bit more complicated. I definitely did not want to animate the lips and the tongue accurately. I wanted some way to automate everything, because I'm a pro. So here's what I did. This is the audio file. Basically, the x-axis is time, and the y-axis is loudness. If we take the loudness at each time step and we turn that into the amount that I open my mouth, we can use that to automatically generate animations for my face. Here's what it looks like. Welcome to the escape room. My name is Matt, and... Whoa, look, I know I'm ugly, okay? But did you have to make it that obvious? Sheesh. Hey, it looks great. Well, not really. To create the main menu, I moved the camera outside the room, which led to this really neat peer through walls effect. Then I whipped up a little song for it. Pretty dramatic, I know. And with all that done, I uploaded it to Itch and called it a day. If you want to play the game, go to the link in the description. But now that you know all the solutions, it may not be worth it. So, you know what? Don't play it. Go to my other videos instead.